What's up, guys? Chris Teresi here, professional sports bettor, founder of WeCoverSpreads.com. Here to give you guys a Tuesday market report. Before we get into that, I did a new blog. I think it's a good read. You guys should enjoy it and check it out. It's called "How Sharps Bet the NBA Totals Market," and it kind of gives you a general idea of how they maneuver um, the totals when totals open, how they bet them, their strategies as far as like head fake money, buying off, positions. It gives a good like general, understanding of you could say like the mechanisms and the strategies that go into go through Sharp's mind when he's when they're moving totals around and stuff like that. So I thought it's a pretty good blog. You guys could go check that out. Also up for sale, my Super Bowl pick is up. Super Bowl pass is up for sale. 5-star play on the Super Bowl. We got it out early. So, to give everybody the best value possible. And, I don't even really have to go into it, but the NFL, we've won 5 out of our 6 bets, 83% winners. In the season year to date, we're 48, 33, and 1 since week 1. That's 59% winners. Not even including the preseason where we did great, and then also our last 107 bets in the NFL dating back to last year, 66, 39, and 2 for 66% winners. Just amazing NFL run we've been having long term. And I feel strong about this play, and also besides just the play, I'll probably give out some props. I'll email out a few prop bets and stuff like that. So also gonna do a video just for people who purchase it. You'll get a video of like my analysis and breakdown of the game or whatever. That'll be sent out later this week. So that pretty much wraps up that. And then also Tuesday, all access passes up for sale on the site. Probably have that email. That final plays out by 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Last night we went 2-2, but we lost. We lost some money back. But overall, it's been a great start to 2012. I mean, and even the last 17 days is what's really helped us out in 2012. We won 67%. We won 41, 20, and 1. The last 17 days, really, in all sports, and 70% college hoops run, grinding it out in NBA, 55% winners. So, that pretty much wraps up that. Getting to this market report, there was more me talking about the other stuff because today's card is really small. There's not as much to talk about in the NBA. Like the biggest, moves that are one-sided bets or heavy in parlays. Are here locally the Knicks. I guess bettors haven't totally given up yet. The Heat, the Suns, and are in a lot of parlays, and that's pretty much it. Like as far as I guess you could say sharp. I mean not sharp. I'm sorry. As far as like one-sided games, like general betting, public, recreational better games, that's the games that they're mostly hopping on. Now, like as far as sharps, there hasn't been too much sharp money out there really to talk about. There's nothing that I could give you to pass along right now. The only difference is we're up to 3.5 in the Orlando Indiana game. Here in New York, while it's still 3 everywhere else, but there is an adjusted vig to bet Orlando in that game. There was some early Indiana money. And that's really it. There's nothing, no side. I mean, the Knicks moved from 4 to 5, but we've only moved to 5. I know offshore in Vegas. I mean, and I see 5.5s out there, even some 6s, but we haven't adjusted that high out here. So in New York, we're still at 5 with that next game. So that didn't move as much as it did in other markets. As this report comes right from local New York books. So that's pretty much the NBA breakdown. Really not much to talk about. A lot of total moves in college basketball, though. In college basketball, though, we'll start again with the most recreational games that are like one-sided, that books will be rooting the other way, games they're exposed on. Baylor, Kentucky, Miami, and even San Diego State up there in some parlays or whatever. All popular like parlays and like games that books are getting pretty much one-sided action on. And the San Diego State game is an interesting game because they had a major travel delay. Their plane broke down. No, their plane went to refuel, in Utah for gas yesterday, I believe, and then it got caught in a snowstorm, and they just got to Wyoming today. So at 1 o'clock, I think 1, 2 o'clock Eastern time. So they're only there for a few hours. They're only going to be here for like 5, 6 hours before game time. The players are tired or whatever. So that was a very big early sharp move. A lot of sharp, aka professional bettors, did take position on Wyoming, knowing that San Diego State was having travel difficulties, and that line moved up from a pick 'em to 2.5. So it kind of crossed two, which is a key number. It'll be very interesting. Keep your eyes on that game and see if there's any buyback. The sharps think was it an overreaction, or what's going to go on with that game. So that's an interesting game right there. That's set up there with the San Diego State Wyoming game. As far as some total moves, Purdue Michigan open 129, was bet down to 126.5 with support for the under. Akron Ball State game open 129, bet up to 131 with some support for the over. Eastern Michigan Buffalo open 114, bet up to 116 with some support for the over. Baylor Oklahoma open 143, bet up to 145.5 with a little bit of over support. Bradley Southern Illinois open 137.5, bet up to 139.5 with some over support. Kentucky Georgia open 132, bet down to 129 with some under support. And Miami Georgia Tech open 130, bet down to 128 with some under support. And that's it. That wraps up, small card today, small Tuesday card. That's pretty much all we got to work with, guys. So I hope, this little bit of information here helps you guys out, and you could use it, to benefit and make some money against these books. All right, fellas.